In this, the 25th year of my age, I find myself to be a dromedary that has run short of water between one oasis and the next mirage, and having despaired of ever making my obsessions intelligible, I am content at last to be the sole clerk of my metamorphosis. Begin here. In the year 1943, I resigned to the living all collateral images, reserving to myself a man's inalienable right to be sad at his own funeral. Here the peacock blinks the eye of his multi-pennant tail. In the same year, I said to my love, who is living, "Dear, we shall never be that verb, perched on the sole Arabian tree, not having learnt in our green age to forget the sins that flow between the hands and feet. Here the tree weeps gum tears, which are also real. I tell you these things are real. So I forced a parting, scrubbing my few dingy words to brightness. Where I have lived, the bedbug sleeps in the seam, the cockroach inhabits the crack, and the careful spider spins his aphorisms in the corner. I have heard them shout in the streets about the Charlisms of the Socialist Reich, and in the magazines I have read the popular front to back. But where I have lived, Spain weeps in the gutters of Footscray. Guernica is the ticking of the clock. The nightmare has become real, not as belief, but in the scrub typhus of Mubo. It is something to at last be speaking, though in this no man's language appropriate only to no man's land. Set this down too. I have pursued rhyme, image, and meter, known all the clefts in which the foot may stick, stumbled often, stammered, but in time the fading voice grows wise, and seizing the coordinates of all existence traces the inevitable graph. And in conclusion, there's a moment when the pelvis explodes like a grenade. I, who have lived in the shadow that each act casts on the next act, now emerge as loyal as the thistle that in session puffs its full seed upon the indicative air. I have split the infinite. Beyond is anything. Welcome in, gang. Coach is pumped to have you. So, just kidding, of course. So, we're going to get straight to the good stuff. This will tie in a second, right? So, we're going to look at Ernest Davis here, which Coach thought was very interesting. Like, we know that, he was drafted to the Cleveland Browns. He died of leukemia, made Coach think of Lou Gehrig's disease. But Coach was thinking, very interesting that a Syracuse Orangeman happened to get drafted to the Burnt Orange team in Cleveland, right, and die right away. So he got the name Ernest, right? That made Coach think of the importance of being earnest, and even more interesting. Let's see, where was it? Hold on. Must be over here. Here we go. Check this out. Ern Malley hoax. So Coach typed in Ernie Davis hoax, okay? And he got two good hits. So this is one of them, the Ern Malley hoax, okay? Its name derives from Ernest Malley, right? A fictitious poet whose biography and body of work were created in one day in 1943 by conservative writers James Macaulay and Harold Stewart in order to hoax the Angry Penguins, modernist art and literary movement centered around a journal of the same name. So, basically, they wrote a bunch of fake poetry to make fun of people who thought it was really good. Coach thinks it was definitely like some AI bullshit, whatever. Very interesting. The name was Ernest. Coach read you a snippet from one of them, so it was supposed to be like something someone wrote out of jest. It's probably really profound in a way, especially with Coach like that no man's language and no man's land. I was like, that definitely sounds like where we really are. It doesn't sound like complete bullshit to Coach. So the other thing, so Coach literally typed in Ernie Davis hoax. Well, Detroit News, Devontae Sanford's Road to Freedom. That's very interesting because we've got Sanford and Son, Red Fox. We know Jamie Foxx is Shador. Right, so definitely weird there. Vincent Smothers. His fake name's Nemo. Ernest Nemo Davis. James Davis. Now, real quick, so we're in Detroit, right? What's the top name you would associate with Detroit? Just think of it to yourself. So we got James Davis. Did I just get a comment about a James Davis? Am I crazy? Dave Roberts. Sorry, way off. Dave and Davis, that's where I got confused. Okay, so let's see. So I just don't know exactly what's going on over there. We got our Barry, Marzell, Bebe Payne. They always got ridiculous names in these fucking stupid ass stories, I swear to God. So there's that. Here's the big list of poetry. Coach got some good comments. We're going to flip over to there. I'm just going to read Trevor's because Coach is doing a terrible fucking job. Here we go. Boom. So Trevor said, I know we've talked about this before, but he's mirroring Saban, talking about Bill Belichick. He has to get his failed run-in college, just like Saban had to get his failed run-in in the pro. Sounds perfectly right to Coach. Said, they're the greatest coaches of the modern era. Both have 6 titles with one team. Both have ties to the Navy. I did not know that one. Nick coached there, and Bill's dad coached there as well. Ah, okay. Bill went to high school in Annapolis, Maryland. That's it's like the Browns, right? The Ravens, or the Colts get stolen. Browns end up there. Nick was Bill's defense coordinator for most of the time as head coach in Cleveland. That I did know. Both coached in Ohio and Michigan. Didn't catch that. Both were coach of the year 3 times. Didn't know that. Both are Croatian. It's definitely getting eerie. Bill's family is from a place called Dragonich, which is hilarious to me. I don't know why that's so funny, but both have a record of 6-3 in title games. Dragonich. I got to be missing something. Saban coached 30 seasons, and this is Bill's 30th. Whoa, dude, you are fucking on a roll. Both started their coaching careers in 75. So Coach read this before, but it's like hitting him like it's first time. Saban was a grad assistant, 73, 74. Let's see. Bill went to UNC because Saban flopped at Miami. The best college coach has to be garbage in the pros, and the best pro coach has to be garbage in college. It's some above is below crap. Coach is thinking like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Coach is thinking, is there a football version of Larry Brown? It's hard to think that because they don't have Olympics and stuff. But who's won it literally ever? There's got to be some other fucker that won in NFL Europe and the Arena League and the UFL or some crazy shit, right? Let's see. Oh, one more thing. 16 to 18, they were both alternating championships. Both were in the title game all 3 years. Bill won in 16 and 18, lost in 17. Nick did the opposite. So Nick won in 16. I'm sorry. Nick lost in 16, won 17, lost 18. That's super interesting. So, Coach wants to expand upon that, but that's what Trevor laying the groundwork. That's the coach calling that the play of the year, for sure. And then we got a new one. I said John Cox Rocks had some really good shit. Let's see. Here we go. 2007 World Series, Rockies never been to a World Series, swept the Diamondbacks. Red Sox, Brewers had to claw back after down 3-1 on the Indians. Red Sox went on to sweep the Rockies in their first World Series. Red Sox also swept in the 0-3 comeback year 2004 against the Cards. I do remember that part. Brewers have been streaky. Could work as the play. Coach didn't know about them being streaky. That's fucking awesome. Coach just knew they just had a crazy record this year. Thunder blew a 3-1 lead in basketball, then to the Warriors, and then the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead. Oh, okay, so you're saying back in 2007, I'm thinking. And then, of course, 2016 for the Cleveland Warriors won. Yeah, definitely good stuff. Let's see, Coach just telling about a Red Sox curse, catching him up in case he didn't know. Deke agreeing with the reverse. So Coach was thinking, Donald Trump's the orange man, right? So Syracuse orange men, they got to be good for something. There's no doubt in Coach's mind they're about to pull something, right? And that 1898 looks very familiar. They got an Adrian with all the Adrian stuffs popping up. Otto's Army, right? Otto Graham. What's the fucking odds of that? That's pretty crazy, right? Their first Final Four appearance exactly 50 years ago. In the first, NCAA tournament appearance, 57. That's when the Lions beat the Browns. They definitely got some interesting shit going on. Coach can't call it for sure, but he's taken. They would really just have to win in any sport, but that's too easy, right? Because there's so many sports, right? It seems like some college has to be winning something all the time. So Coach thinks they got to win something big, and I really like their basketball team. I can't see them doing it in football. I mean, talking about The NFL, right? The Eagles just won. They had Donovan McNabb. He went to Syracuse.